It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's all up next.
Ready to get it started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Ford Field. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Cousins looking to put it up right away. This one caught by Osborne, right side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Now on 4th down, is the punt team sending this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're brought out by a former #1 overall pick coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff. To Montgomery to begin the drive.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
20! And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed to play this,
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action now. Cousins.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson
From that outside linebacker spot, gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, you know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. Gets around him. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, as we know, they have already clinched the NFC North, a wild card game waiting for them to open the postseason, and they have earned the right to host it, Charles, in front of the home crowd.
And this is a division with a lot of history and legacy. And if you're a team to take the crown out of this group, you've already proven you're one of the names to watch in the NFC playoffs. I think they'll be an incredibly tough out in the postseason.
On 1st down, it's gone.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Dances by him. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Lions have 14-2 heading into this final week. And they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, I think completions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
On third down, Cousins.
That one too wide and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A run here on first down with Reynolds.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Goff now looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go play action. Cousins.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Nothing the score. This is the NFL. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Fielded at the 33. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. David Montgomery and the Lions about set to begin this next series.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
This, the 2nd meeting between these 2 division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple. For their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Montgomery on the counter. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd down and 10.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Aiden Hutchinson.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
2nd and 10.
Goff now looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this 1st half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second and 10, Goff again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do your thing, baby.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So we reach.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Back to throw, Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. On play action, they'll throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
K.J. Osborne
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Great move by Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll hand off to Reynolds. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Reynolds.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Play action. It's Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's got some space here. Great move by Montgomery. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
Well, they're right down here looking for 6. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Marvin Jones, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins.
He'll find Osborne here.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
David Montgomery and the Lions about set to begin this next series.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Give to Reynolds. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
They'll go again with Reynolds.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. In motion goes Raymond.
To throw on 2nd down is gone.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
On first down, it's gone. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They try again with Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help again.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
David Montgomery
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. On the return is Brandon Powell. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Reynolds. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
On the carry, it's Reynolds.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So this one's over. It's a win for the